Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another comic book review as I continue on with my coverage from a comic book series from AfterShock Comics with Nuclear Family, issue number 2. Now there's definitely something very strange going on, because while the McCleans believe that they are living in real time, that is not the case, as proven as one of the soldiers comes across a coffee canister and is shocked because they haven't seen one of these in years. And to add to the confusion state of Tim, one of the soldiers is his old buddy Dan, who we met in issue number 1 as a car salesman. But not only does Dan have no recollection of Tim, he believes that he is a Russian spy. We also find out that the bombs have not stopped dropping in Milwaukee, as Dan says they have to move out because the next round of bombs will be dropping within the hour. And even though Tim doesn't want to go, he's not going to have much of a say in the matter. As the caravan takes away the McCleans, Tim looks on in disbelief of a city that by all intents and purposes has been completely wiped off the map. And adding to Tim's confusion is the base that they are being brought to, Sector 12, which is unlike anything he's ever seen in his city. As Tim gets a tour of the largest outpost in the Midwest, he meets the governor, who will demand answers from Tim. But all Tim can tell him is that they are a family from Milwaukee and they were just getting ready for dinner when the bombs fell, in which the governor responds, "Milwaukee is a name I haven't heard in years, that cities like Milwaukee haven't existed for some time, not since the big one." Through some more dialogue between Tim and the governor, Tim will learn how the Russians planted spies here before the bombs dropped, and how they built this safe haven shortly after they were first attacked, which of course makes no sense to Tim, as he believes this all just happened. As Tim and the governor seem to be getting nowhere, that's when Tim's daughter Robin asks the governor what year it is, and he responds, 1968, of course. And this is where we realize that somehow Tim and his family have not aged, but have missed out on 10 years, as it was 1958 when they went down into the shelter, which will leave the question, what exactly have the McCleans been doing the past 10 years? Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Nuclear Family issue number 2 an 8.5 out of 10. It seems like every time Tim McClean is going to ask his last question, that's when writer Stephanie Phillips throws him yet another piece of the puzzle of the missing events that him and his family will try to piece together as to what exactly has happened to them over the past 10 years. Will Tim get any answers not only to just what exactly is happening, but will the seamlessly ending war with Russia ever come to an end? I'm sure we'll get some answers and probably a new round of mysteries when Nuclear Family issue number 3 drops on April 28th. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up this comic book review for Nuclear Family issue number 2. Now, did you read this issue? And if you did, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. I'm really liking the direction of this comic, and I can't wait to see what happens in issue number 3. Now, this week here on Toned In Entertainment, I'm reviewing 3 comics, and those other 2 reviews are already up, with Silk issue number 1 and Shadecraft issue number 1. So go ahead and check out those videos. Plus, next week we have a huge week with some really great comics and a lot of number 1. So definitely, if you like comic book reviews like this, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.